Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about what is a variable, and so yeah, um, basically variables in maths, they're symbols that can be known and unknown that represent different values in different situations. For example, well, you will understand what I'm going through, but it's basically an equation. So let's say, right, um, like a a can be a variable, which is a variable and is usually represented like this. Well, as you can see over here, for example, the we have like a situation where we earn £10 plus tips each hour. So our legally, technically, what we 100% will get is 10 quid, and that's each hour. However, because this is our equation, um, we don't know the tips what we get. I mean, in a question we would get it for example, let's say we will have two examples. We'll get them sometimes 30 quid and sometimes 5. And that can whatever tips you get can drastically change the equation's result. So it's important to understand how to fit it in. So what you just do, usually it won't say tip, it will probably just be like a T or something. And so you just replace the number with the letter or the whatever, the variable can be anything. It can be a satanic sign, guys, trust. However, it's important to understand that when you use x as a variable, like the sign, it's usually not, it is used in questions. However, understand the difference. For example, we can have our x, this, this little dot can be, it is seen to be times, yeah. And also with brackets, which is the safest play, and 2x when they're close to each other. So here we have an example. A local hospital is holding a raffle as a fundraiser. The individual cost of participating in the raffle is given by the following expression. So it's not actual fixed cost. We already know that it's going to be different because where T represents the number of tickets someone purchased. Evaluate the expression when. So in this case, this question makes a lot of sense. Oh my god, there's actually no way that I just. Wait, am I even recording? That is actually mental. By the way, thanks for this guy basically. I'm using his app right now to revise the basics of maths. Basically, it's a very good question to understand because it can, so each time the answer will be different because it says evaluate the expression when T is given with 3 different numbers. And I had a kind of thought in my brain, but it's kind of not working out. So what you just do, you just again replace the T with each expression. So look, T 1 plus 3, 5, T is 8 plus 3, 5, T is 10 plus. And so over here you're gonna get 8, over here you're gonna get 43, over here you're gonna get 53, 43. And so that's kind of, the thought was that the more you buy, so the richer you are, so that's why you have to pay more. So yeah, so the summary of the whole video is that when you're evaluating, for example, this expression, you have to first, you genuinely have to know what it is. Sometimes they will give you here a question where it's a small puzzle or whatever, but you just kind of replace it a 1 and just, yeah. And when it's evaluating with multiplication, you kind of just again put brackets, I guess, around it and just switch the number and just, yeah. But like when it's in order, for example, like here, right? Okay, like we're gonna replace it, right? However, we can't do this part first. We still have to stick to the multiplication order or whatever it is. So these two first, then 5, and that's going to be 17. And here's some example questions if you guys want to quickly do them. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Let's go. So this one is kind of like, I don't know why the most hard one is at start, but over here, so replacing everything with 5. So over here we have 25. And over here we have 5 and 5 times each row, so that's also 25, so the answer here is 0. Over here, 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4, so minus 5, that's 1. 6 times 8 is going to be 48. Yeah, okay, that's all guys, thanks, goodbye.